incident that I would like to address. Back in December, I posted a picture of my daughter sitting on the toilet and I captioned it, caught her texting and pooping, something like that. And I just wanted to talk about it because I think it really shocked a lot of people. And maybe I just wanted to kind of give some context as to what happened and why I felt pushed to post something like that, which is a little bit out of character for me, I guess you could say. So, what happened was back in December, I had just come out of the hospital not too long ago, and that time period is just flushed with a lot of happiness and gratitude to be alive again. Because I really did feel like I was in a very I was in a dangerous state and I was close to death. And so that time was just a period of coming back, seeing my family, and just being so grateful for everything. When I saw my son, the happiness was just arose to my face without me even having to try. It was just like very happy to set my eyes on anything or anyone. I felt like I got a second chance to be alive again. So everything was so new and so fresh. Now, one day I went to look for my daughter and I opened the bathroom door and I saw her sitting on the toilet texting on her phone, and I thought it was hilarious because she looked like a little adult. I was like, what's going on here? She's just texting her dad on the while trying to poop. And I thought it was so funny. I took a picture of her, I sent it to my sister, I sent it to some other relatives, and I kept it in one of my favorite folders on my phone. I just thought it was so funny. And one day, while I was looking through my photos, I was thinking, I kind of want to share this photo because I think it's funny, purely because I thought it was funny. But I hesitated because I'm not sure if you saw it, but part of her thigh was showing as she was pooping. So then I thought, the first thing that goes through a parent's head, right, is like, are some people going to have dirty thoughts about my daughter, right? That was my second thought, like, do I need to be careful about this? I hesitated, and then I thought, well, she's pooping. Like, who's gonna have dirty thoughts about somebody while they're pooping? That's so gross, right? And then my third thought was, well, if you can recall, I came back with this new sense of love and happiness and gratitude towards everyone in my life. So I thought, you know what? Most of the people on my page have been with me for a long time. Their moms, their wives. And I was like, I think this is okay. I think this is okay to share with my audience. And so I went ahead and did it. I was like, my fourth thought was, what's wrong with pooping? I mean, I know people don't like to see it. People don't like to talk about it. People like to hide that part about themselves. But I was at that point where I almost nearly died. So I was like, what's the deal about pooping? I kind of wanted to push the boundary a little bit there. Like, here's someone pooping. And it's a kid. It's not me. It's not an adult. I was trying to start off slow. Like, here is a baby girl pooping. So after going through these different reasons, I thought, I'm gonna go ahead and do it. I just felt that pull. Okay, every time I kind of want to push the boundary, I feel a certain pull to just go and do it. So I did it. Now, if you can imagine me being back from death and being in a state, if you can just imagine that for a minute, I didn't see my community as a group of child molesters. But instead, I saw my community as extended members of my own family. That's why I shared something that was so personal to me and so real to our family. Like, I shared that with my sister. I shared that with the people closest to us. But why would I feel drawn to do that if I didn't trust my community? If I didn't see them as if I didn't see you as someone who would be offensive or do something immorally wrong. I didn't choose to see my world through that lens in that moment. And if you can imagine that I just trust this group of people because they've supported me, some of them through day one, and I just have so much gratitude towards these people. So on the surface, this incident may have appeared very shocking and very wrong and very, how could a parent do this, right? But if you just kind of, you're not in another person's body or mind when they're doing something, when they're making a decision. You don't know their intention, right? Whereas in that moment, I actually felt that my intention was very pure, that I loved my community that has been with me through thick and thin. You know, I love this little group that has cheered me on as I tried to venture into something new and scary for me. And I wanted to kind of repay that. Okay, sorry about the interruption. Somebody crying, had to deal with it. Okay, so back to what I was talking about. What was I saying? Oh yeah, okay, so I was talking about intention, right? You don't really know what the intention behind someone's action is. On the surface level, it was very bad. It was very irresponsible, right? But if you go a little deeper and if you actually ask the person, or if you find out why they did something, the intention is usually not as it appears. Oftentimes, you don't know what's happening behind the scenes, or how somebody's brain is working, or what somebody is thinking. These things are not obvious to you because they're hidden, they're invisible. So I just wanted to, that incident was bugging me because I felt like I just wanted, like with what I share on everything, I always want to share something that brings joy to me, something I think is good, something I think is meaningful. Those are the only things I ever want to share. I always like to share the good things with other people, including that photo. I thought, oh my gosh, this girl, she cracked me up. If you know her in real life, she's very mature, likes everything adults like, and there she was, pooping and texting like all of us do. So I purely just wanted to give everybody a laugh, and I didn't expect that to turn into such an uproar, and I didn't expect that to turn into something so provocative almost. I just wanted to kind of clear the air and talk about why that happened. And if I were to go back in time, I wouldn't take that back. I wouldn't take that back because I know what my heart was like when I did it. That's how my heart is all the time. I'm not going to take that part away from myself because I have a heart that likes to share things. That was the same heart. When I do my giveaways, it's the same heart. I'm like, oh, this is good. I like this. I want to give this away. That's the heart behind everything. And just because the result wasn't what people liked or were used to, and it was more shunned, but that didn't take away from the heart that I had when I did that. And so, yeah, I own it. I wouldn't go back and change a thing, even if people didn't understand why I did that. I wouldn't take it back even if it offended people, and I'm sorry for that. But that's what I wanted to do in the moment. And I didn't feel that I was doing any harm. And I felt like I was kind of making pooping natural, like farting, pooping. I really don't see why people get what the big deal is. All of these things coming back from something so vital as life and death, none of these things are significant. I'm just like, come on, we're people, we poop. Why try to hide this? It's part of who we are as a human. We can't control it. We poop every day. My husband poops multiple times a day, and he'll tell you that. He doesn't care. He tells all his friends, hey, I'm pooping right now. So, I don't know. It's just trying to break these like barriers that people have. I'm just trying to break through them because I don't think they're that bad. There's so many layers, like an onion. Okay, there's the center of an onion, and then there's layers and layers and layers that we've built around everything, and I'm just trying to remove those layers. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about that because it was in the back of my mind, and I don't know if anyone was curious about that. Just wanted to go back to that moment and talk about what really happened.